Ladies and gentlemen, this is the coach from the WWE. Now, this message is for and on behalf of Mr. Cody Fleming. Now, a lot of people think that you can just start a podcast and talk for 100 episodes. It's not that easy. You got to have dedication. You got to have content. You got to have a love for the game, so to speak. So it is my distinct honor to congratulate Cody on 100 episodes of Rasslin Rage that you can see on r2youtube.com. Again, that's Rasslin Rage on r2youtube.com. Cody, here's to 100 more, and who knows, maybe when I start doing podcasts, I will grace you with my presence on yours. Until then, keep doing your thing. See ya.
Oh!
This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
And now it's time for Wrestling Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Bam! What is going on? Hey, there's Daddy. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's 102 of Rasslin Rage. I am your host, Cody. And joining me tonight is none other than Greg, Cayton, and his son for tonight. We got two guest hosts. I didn't put him on the flyer. I didn't even know he was coming. Now I know, and know he was at the battle. G.I. Joe! But welcome back to the show. Both of you have actually, because you were there for the 100th, and so were you.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Shout out to my boy, the real heel, Danny Beals.
Yeah, the real heel, Danny Beals. I like it. That's for sure. PKSA Port Huron. Hello, my man. How you doing tonight? Greg and I met at a wrestling show, and I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, it was at XICW.
Absolutely.
And I believe it was at the Hot Rocks.
Yes.
And you approached me, and we talked, and ever since then, I believe we friends on Facebook, and now we've been friends ever since, and here we are. You're on 102 of Rasslin Rage with your boy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, indie wrestling fans don't grow on trees.
No.
I mean, you're taking advantage,
Right, no,
advantage of making any friend like that you can find.
Right. They came over a little bit earlier, and they were looking at the wall, and anybody that's never been in the basement takes a look at the wall, and then I was showing them like stuff that's still supposed to go on the wall that isn't on the wall yet.
There's not enough wall.
Yeah, there's not enough wall. I think I need to turn myself up just a little bit. There we go. But yeah, I don't think there's enough wall. But we're eventually going to move. This whole thing is going down to the other side of the basement, and I'm going to redo some things, and the basement's going to be the official Rasslin Rage studio until I have enough sponsorship and money to rent or buy my own studio. I wish I have. It's an empire up here, dude, for real. And that's not the first time I said it. Hello, Red Wing fan. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. So it's funny that we talk about that. We met at XICW. We're going to talk a little bit about XICW in a little bit, and we're also going to talk about did you go to Horror Slam too?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about Horror Slam and all that good stuff. But before we get to that part of the show, Rasslin Rage is brought to you by our sponsors, Happy Harper Ice Cream. Matter of fact, I picked up about 6 pints of Happy Harper ice cream Wednesday, to be exact. I got 2 pints of Shogun, 2 pints of chocolate, and 2 pints of cookies and cream.
Chocolate is my favorite.
Right. And if you're, a little more daring, chocolate, try that out too. A little more expensive though. But definitely good stuff. But Happy Harper Ice Cream, you can give them a like on Facebook at Happy Harper Ice Cream. Also, DaVinci Tattoo. You see that nice thing right there? Yeah, that's it. That's their logo. DaVinci Tattoo in Port Huron, Michigan. If you're looking to get some ink, they did that one there. If you're looking to get some ink, give them a call, 810-966-0100, because they're keeping it 100. I'm going to keep that one. I made that for them. That's right. Head on over to their location if you want at 3521 Pine Grove Avenue, because everybody, well, I have a certain way with tattoos. I don't make appointments. I don't call and go, hey, I'm going to get a tattoo. No. I wake up one morning and I go,
I'm getting a tattoo.
I'm getting a tattoo. And then I go get a tattoo.
Might talk about it for a week or so. But...
Right, yeah. Well, sometimes I end up doing that and I end up sleeping on the couch. True story.
So you can't talk about it too much.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Right. yeah. Look at what I got. But anyways, definitely check them out. They do good work for sure. Scroll on down in the description. If you're on your mobile, there's a little whoop over there. There it is. If you scroll and you're on your mobile, there's a little arrow. Click that arrow, pop down, pop up, something. I don't know. There's a little menu that comes up down there. You can scroll down in there in the description, and you can click on these sweet links for the affiliate links for highspots.com, as well as WWEshop.com, where you can find some sweet WWE gear. Also, you can go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage to buy a t-shirt. But I'm putting in an order probably tomorrow now, but for a bunch of people want to order t-shirts. So if you want a t-shirt, let me know before I put that order in. Boom. Down where? Down there, you big dummy. Anyways, please subscribe if you haven't already. Also, remember, smash the thumbs up. Smash over here. Smash. Everybody smash. There you go. Thank you, sir. And then also don't forget, please follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Rasslin Rage. Hey, Zeke, what's happening, my man? How you doing? If you're catching this replay on the Facebook, make sure to head on over to r2youtube.com and subscribe. It'll be a good time, I promise. So, how about we talk a little bit about Horror Slam that you went to, and then we'll also talk about XICW. So, after this. Bam. Oh, well, I didn't think that shouldn't have been up already. Technical difficulties. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So, my man here, Greg, he went out to Horror Slam, which, this one was death proof, right? And there was some, Schlack was in the house, and Alexander from Impact Wrestling was in the house. And there's a whole bunch of, MM3 and Jeff King and Peter B. And I mean, all the normal folks you'll see at the Horror Slam. I want to ask you, of all the matches that happened that night, there was quite a few, I heard somebody had to go to the hospital because they were leaking. They was leaking a lot.
There was a lot of leaking, man.
A lot of leaking.
I mean, more than just one guy.
Right, yeah. Well, one of them had to go to the hospital. In your opinion, what was the match of the night from Horror Slam Death Proof?
I almost got to mention a couple, like Dreg King, Josh Alexander, Kevin Calloway. Great match.
Yeah.
The tag team title match was a great match. But I got to say, and I might have a bias, but it's hard to argue. MM3, Tony Deppen stole the show. What a clinic. What a wrestling masterpiece these guys had. But the action at Horror Slam, beginning to end. It included Pondo and Percy Drews had a great match. Not something, you'd really expect a lot of fireworks out of, but, it really was.
In the size difference, I can, yeah.
It wasn't, something I was excited for,
right.
But the both guys showed up. The match was phenomenal.
Right.
It told a great story. I like wrestling. I like stories on it. Even that's why I like Horror Slam. It's not just violence for the sake of violence. It's good stuff. So the mystery fourth man, Briar Wellington was taken out of the match. He's injured. He's on a crutch. Peter B. Beautiful takes his place, and later in the match, Schlack is the mystery fourth man, and he wins the deathmatch championship and goes on to defend it in a no-rope barbed wire match.
Right.
And the heat of the night goes to Jimmy Lloyd after we had an extensive intermission, waiting for them to, string up the barbed wire nice and tight, and did a phenomenal job, ring crew at Horror Slam. This guy, 3 minutes into the match, calls for a pair of wire cutters and starts snipping. Yeah, and anybody who says they weren't upset with him is lying.
Wow, that's crazy. So, MM3, he says MM3. What was the gentleman's name?
Tony Deppen.
Tony Deppen were the match of the night. If you agree, hey, what's up, Zeke, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. If you agree, cool. Definitely cool. Now, their next show is going to be, because they hold their shows at the Lincoln Park VFW Hall now, right? Since there was an issue with the venue previous.
I guess it flooded.
Yeah, flooded or something. It had some damage. But was great. Yeah, cool. And then, so they're having it at the Lincoln Park VFW Hall. Then their next event will be on December 13th at that same location. And I'm sure you will be there because you're one of those guys. You like, I don't mind Horror Slam. It's just they don't get done till midnight.
That's the only thing about, and that last intermission, I was tired. I go to work at 6 a.m. The show starts at 7 or 8,
Right.
which I love because it gives it plenty of time to get there, and and it's a fun time, but it ends late. But man, Horror Slam and XICW are the best thing, in my opinion, going on right now. But I gotta mention this. Zeke said MM3 and Jeff King. So last month, if you know, MM3 won a match and was given a new belt and was crowned the interim heavyweight champion. Now, the Horror Slam heavyweight champion is Jeff King. Jeff King was in Tournament of Death, I believe it's called, down south. And so he couldn't make that show. Jeff King came out and cut an awesome promo furthering a storyline, which ended in MM3 telling him, you're going to have to beat somebody before I mess with you. And,
Wow.
Great story, a great part. That's something that not to be overlooked. Like I said, it's not just violence for the sake of violence. He came out, didn't have to try real hard to open up his wound from the 4-way death match, and the man was leaving pools.
Right, you got something you want to say? He's been raising his hand. What you got to say?
So I see in the chat here, TJ Meyer says we're forgetting about an important match.
TJ Meyer and Sam Beal.
Yeah. So TJ Meyer and Sam Beal. That Sam Beal and both these cats.
I can't remember who the third person was in that match. Who was it?
Yeah, but both those cats are good stuff. What we got here? Greg, you want a brownie? Oh Lord, he's asking for brownies. 1 hour to build barbed wire ring. Yeah, no kidding. Rhino will be there. Yeah, Rhino will be at the next one on December 13th. Good stuff. XICW Proving Ground comes up, right? And so, listen here, guys. This has been one of the hardest proving grounds to be a fan. Personally, because all these guys, all the rookies, all the vets are phenomenal.
There's always 2 guys I can peel off the top, like, okay, yeah, but not this time.
No. And so, we have just restocked, Cody. So, first up, we have Team Shogun against Team Weir. Okay. So, first of all, Shogun's been on the show. I've interviewed both him and excuse me, I'm having a brain fart, but I've interviewed all those gentlemen, actually. Every one of them I've interviewed.
Sean Tyler, Adam Wick.
Yeah, Sean Tyler, Adam Wick, and Alex. Alex is one of my karate instructors, right?
Yeah, he kicked you in the face here.
Yeah, he kicked me in the face here. See, thanks for the reminder. You know what I mean? So,
Anytime,
right now I know,
you.
So this is hard. I'll tell you one thing though. I enjoy booing Alex Weir. I really enjoy booing him.
That's a beauty of indie wrestling.
I really enjoy it. I really do. I enjoy it a lot. Hey, Mad, what's up? That's my boy down in Ohio. Nice to see you, bro. It's nice to see you. Make sure you smash that thumbs up, brother. But yeah, so you know who I'm gonna be rooting for? Shogun. For sure. Always my man. But his mom says she enjoys booing Alex. That's good stuff. And
We'll
then,
be cheering for Weir and Wick.
right.
Right, son?
There you go. Hey, what's up, John?
Yes.
And then we have Team Jacobs and Team Movado. Again, man, this is a hard one.
I know.
And I see, because I know you're kind of biased right off the get because you're a huge Dre Jacobs fan.
I know. I love Ely too, but man, like you said, I'm
I
a
like
huge
all
Dre
these guys.
Jacobs fan. Dre Jacobs is on my Indy Mount Rushmore. All right. Right there next to MM3. I mean, he's Dre Jacobs, the one and only Dre Jacobs. There's nothing like a Dre Jacobs in the world. I'm sorry.
So when I did this interview with TJ Meyer, I did not know he was only 19, and I think he just had a birthday, so he just turned 20. But I had no idea that he was 19 years old. And when I interviewed him when we talked, and just to listen to him talk about wrestling, and he wasn't naive, he wasn't overconfident, but he was right where somebody at his skill set and skill level should be. Hey, listen, I know I'm here, I need to be here, and this is what I'm going to do to get there. That's man, I really enjoy it. I really enjoyed having that interview.
We seen him pull an Iron Man at Rouge Days, remember? He wrestled 4 times, I believe, and the final was MM3 and TJ Meyer for the junior heavyweight championship, the blue one.
For Pro
Wrestling All Stars.
Gotcha.
That was the inaugural tournament for it, and the guy was impressive. All that.
Oh, he's still 19. He says he's in the chat. That's cool. Yeah, and like I said, like he had a I'm trying to think of the word, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. Man, see, this is what happens when you run a live show. You forget the words that you want to say, and then you got to keep going with something and keep the people intrigued. But he's beyond his years. There's a word and I can't think of it. He showed, he was a little more
Great wisdom.
Yeah, something like that.
Maturity?
Maturity. A little more. There's the word. Thank you. Maturity.
That's why I'm here.
He had a little more. Get wrecked, Cody. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Cody was wrecked.
Right,
for the record.
I was wrecked that night.
No, Cody here.
Oh,
Cody Hunter.
That
was
Cody.
wrecked.
Good
times.
I really think that he's got a good career ahead of him for sure. Being at 19 years old and he's already making the strides that he is, I think it's going to be awesome, man.
And we watched him hang with the process.
And here's one of the things that I love about independent wrestling, especially in our area right now, because we have several wrestling schools. You got Dan Severin's school, you got the House of Truth, you got Alexander, I think, or Josh Raymond's running a school, here in Michigan, and there's a few other
Pure Pro.
Yeah, and then there's another one. Yeah, there's another one. And you have all these wrestling schools, and then when they graduate their classes and these guys are coming out, you get to see them from the start. You know what I mean? And then you see some of these guys go off. I got to see Jungle Boy before Jungle Boy was ever even considered for AEW. I seen him wrestle Alex. Alex pinned him. Alex beat him for the rise. I don't know if it was him I think it was him and Pillman in the final. I can't remember who was in the final, but I know that he did beat Jungle Boy. He also beat Pillman, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. I have to go back through my archives, but it's on there. But yeah, good stuff. I got to see all that stuff. We get to see these guys.
Yeah, I got to see Trey Miguel.
Right.
He's going to be a superstar.
He is a superstar.
Yeah,
there isn't going to be. He is.
This guy will be in the Tokyo Dome or at WrestleMania at some point in the not so far. Yeah.
Well, and yes, Pillman Jr. Pillman. Yeah, see, he beat Pillman in the final, but he did pin Jungle Boy too in one of the matches and won.
Is he right?
I am
resume.
Right. I know I'm right. That I don't know if it wasn't in the final, but he did pin him. That was for sure. Now there's what did he say?
He was destroyed by a brownie. Did a 5-star Meltzer classic.
Oh, wow, that's crazy, dude.
He made it though.
He made it.
He made it.
All right.
You know how those intermissions get at Horror Slam.
I sure do. I know how the
And
half hour
he's the type
before
of guy
goes.
that shows up early. That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, I showed up early once.
I show up late.
Yeah.
I'm a guy. I'm gonna buy a premium seat and show up late.
There you go. That works
Slip
out
into
nice.
my reserved spot.
Oh yes. So Alex sang to him in the beginning of the match. He sang to Jungle Boy. I have it on film. I believe it's on Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. You just have to look at it. I'm pretty sure I have to look. But yeah. So dude, XICW.
I felt every second of that intermission, Cody said.
So hardcore for a heart, right? Or with a heart, excuse me. So this is a special episode of Proving Ground, right? So every year Proving Ground has this, or XICW has Hardcore with a Heart, and their ticket prices are lowered for this, all right? And you bring canned food, okay? You bring 5 cans of canned food per ticket, whatever, okay? And
or $5.
or $5, whatever, you know. And so this is legit, true story, no BS, no baloney, straight from the man himself, DBA. Okay, he takes that money, or he takes the money from the show, right? And he also, well, let's start with the canned goods. The canned goods go to, let's see here, Gleaners Food Bank. Takes all that to the food bank, and then with the cash that they give for the donation, DBA buys hats, gloves, and socks, and foot and hand warmers for the homeless. And then for the holidays, he cooks dinner for the homeless and then goes out and personally delivers that. This is DBA.
Hey, last year on Facebook, he had posted asking for people to put him up on spots where there were, homeless living under the bridge people. And he made sure he went to every one of those places and fed those people fresh, hot food by his own hand. And that's the type of guy DBA is.
Right. And that's awesome, man. And
he's not just the most dangerous man in Michigan.
Right. No, but, well,
He's also the most generous man in
that's
Michigan.
true. You know, and
Yeah.
so this is definitely a show. If you don't have a ticket to already, you should get it just for the mere cause of what it's for. You know, this is, and so I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of canned food, and in the name of Rasslin Rage.
So we pre-bought our tickets, which, all right, here's an exclusive for you Rasslin Rage listeners. If you go online right now, you can pre-order your front row seat for $5, like we did. And you know, like I said, bring whatever you got. You got some things that have been sitting around your cupboard nobody's eating, you know, take them with you. Grab a couple things from the grocery store, you know, drop them off. You don't know what kind of difference it might make to somebody.
Right. Well, and like I said, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to go out, I'm going to get a bunch of canned food, and I'm going to, in the name of MIW and Rasslin Rage, here you go. Here's how much ever, you know, canned food, and donated in the name of Rasslin Rage and MIW. So good stuff. I just think that I didn't know that until, you know, I asked him. I sent him a message. I was like, hey, listen, I was like, you know, excuse me, you know, I wasn't rude or anything like that, but I was like, I'm going to be talking about a little bit about Hardcore with a Heart, about, you know, the canned food and where it goes and all that stuff. And can you tell me? And then he just busted it out. He's like, this is what I do. And I was like, oh, okay. Right. You know, so I was like, sweet. Thank you so much. And then now we're talking about it. Here we are. Here we are today talking about it. So yeah, good stuff. Listen, that's December 1st, right? Doors open at 5:30. This is XICW, so they may open a little bit later than that. But definitely going to be a great night. And come on in, hang out, say hi, talk some wrestling with everybody, and do what you do. You know, Greg will be there. I'll be there. Josh will be there.
I'm always down to talk wrestling.
Yeah, the heel, Danny Beals will
The
be there.
real heel.
The
Danny
real
Beals.
heel, Danny Beals will be there. You need a T-shirt, Beals. The real
You don't
heel.
care if you like and subscribe.
You don't
That's
care.
for you, Danny.
Yeah, he don't care.
He don't care.
He just don't care. So gonna be a good time. Let me switch back to this here. Man, watch this. Bam! Look at that. Here we are. Multi-angle stuff. That other one was the other. You know how we had 3 cameras. The other one was Master Weir's, so he took that back because we're gonna set him up with some stuff in the Dojang soon, so he can do some cool stuff. Maybe he'll do a Star Wars podcast or something. That'd be cool.
That'll be sweet.
Yeah, he's a Star Wars guru. Did you know that?
I didn't know.
Oh yeah, Star Wars guru. Like to the point of where like he could probably almost tell you like certain like the type of screw for the Millennium Falcon and certain subsections of the ship. You know, I might be over exaggerating a little bit, but
Maybe.
yeah, maybe. I do know he has the book that it's like the like
The blueprint.
yeah, you know how you can go to the like AutoZone and buy the book for the Chiltons for your car. He's got one for the Millennium Falcon,
Nice.
and I think he also has
The
one for the
repair
TIE
manual.
Fighter. Yeah, the repair manual. I think he has one for that
You know
too.
what would be cool? If like Alex made his own YouTube channel
He has one.
and like he did like training lessons online or something.
Well,
like,
yeah, but see, we can't do that for
Right, but,
wrestling
like-
or for karate.
for like wrestling.
Okay, you could do that for wrestling. You couldn't do it for karate. but-
Like
Yeah.
or like montages of him like doing crazy flips or something.
You can catch those on his YouTube.
Yeah, he has a YouTube for all that, but don't show his mom, okay? Don't show his mom. Well, guys, we have reached that part of the show where we're going to do some legit wrestling questions. You can ask questions to me or to Mr. Greg or to his son over here. And, while I do that, I have this really cool thing. What would you call it? Video? I don't know. Intro? Vignette, something like that.
Montage.
Montage. Yeah, here we go. So he said, that'd be sweet. All right, here we go. When we come back, legit wrestling questions. Bam. And we're back. Hello. Legit wrestling questions. Yes, sir. So, my man, Tuesday at 10 a.m. Well, that's when Danny Beals and Josh and that's when Michigan Independent Weekly, that's where we talk about all the shows or any shows that we went to and all that good stuff. And we tell you where to get all that information. We want to put more promos up there. You know what I'm saying? We want to put more promos on, but there's not a lot of promos coming out. Now, I'll tell you who is cutting a lot of promos is
Your homeboy?
my homeboy. My homeboy. That's right. The Dread King Logan. He hates all of you, though. I know this for a fact. Dude, and now you even see like him and Isaiah Brown are going to fight at
They're
XI.
gonna fight.
They're going to fight. And oh man, I don't know how this one's going to go. What do you think?
To be honest, I think it's gonna be all like mayhem. To be honest,
You think it's going to be mayhem?
yes.
Mayhem? Hey, we got a question for Greg. Greg, how far have you traveled to see an independent show?
Probably about 40 miles, I'm guessing.
40 miles?
It'd
And
be
from-
DSW or Horror Slam at Rocky's Pub. I'd say would be probably the furthest.
Yeah. I think Wyandotte, I think down there. No, I think that's the furthest I've went. I mean, I went to that's Fraser. That's not that far. Fraser, and then the Legends. That was in Fraser, and then BCW is at the Diamondback. So Livonia. Yeah. So I'm about an hour and a half. I think hour and a half is about the longest. for
Livonia's
me.
far.
Huh?
Livonia's pretty
Yeah.
far.
Well, that's where they do the Evolve shows. So I've been there a few times.
Here's a question for all three of us.
Okay.
What match are you most looking forward to at XICW?
How about you?
I'm kind of looking forward to like what XICW show are you talking about? Like the next
this
one?
one.
With the heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking forward to Dre Jacobs versus
Team Movado.
Movado.
There you go. What are you looking forward to?
Well, they haven't announced yet who the Proving Ground Tag Team Championship match is going to be.
Right.
Which, if there is, I mean, is Wick gonna do double duty? That's intriguing. But I am one that buys into hype. Like, I almost on a minute notice met you guys out there at Copeland Center to see Alex Weir and Logan because I love it. Make me excited for a match.
Didn't that make everybody
and Logan
excited?
and Bronner are making me excited
Right,
for that.
yeah.
So right now, my answer is Logan and Bronner.
Right.
Are they gonna brawl? Are they gonna,
Right, yeah.
Isaiah gonna kill him?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it-
and there's not a
what's
lot of
gonna
people
happen?
doing that. There's not a lot of people doing that right
Alex
now. And
Weir's good for
oh
good
yeah,
promo too.
yeah. But there's
like you
there's
said,
not a lot of
guys
this back and
doing
forth going on around here, and I would really like to see some more of it because it makes me want to watch the match a little bit more. I'm watching these promos, I'm seeing these things, I'm seeing this back and forth. It was like that when the Dread King was going back and forth with Electric Ely before their match at the last Horror Slam.
month.
Yeah. That was like, man, and I wasn't able to make that one either, but it made me want to go, you know what I'm saying? I just wasn't able to make it happen, and dude, I wish there was a lot more of that for sure.
Ely is cutting good promos too.
Yeah. Well,
Actually,
yeah, but there's only a few guys. There's not many.
no.
And nobody's cutting a promo. I think that personally, and this is my personal opinion, and you can say whatever you want, but I think that the Dread King Logan is one of the only people doing what he's doing. He's got a whole different thing going on.
Absolutely.
He's got a whole
Unique.
different thing going on with even just look at his promos. His promos are different. You know what I mean? They're not, the camera's sitting up here and he's standing in front of it. There's a whole psychology to it. There's more to it than just standing in front of a camera and saying some words. There's more to it. And those of us that get it, see it, and know that there's something going. There's something happening here.
Even if you don't get it, if it's put in front of you and you're a fan, it'll affect you.
Right.
If it's a good one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't. What's that?
I have a question for all three of us
What?
that you guys might actually want to hear. If we could have any dream match to happen, what would it be? Like in independent wrestling.
Around here.
If
Yeah.
we had a dream match, right? Well, so I got a couple of them, but one of them I've been saying that somebody needs to book quick, because this is ridiculous, and I don't know why they haven't booked this yet. The Frogun versus the Shogun. Why have we not seen this one?
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. I mean, you could do a whole series. You could do a whole program of that. 4 matches back and forth, right? The Frogun versus the Shogun. And then I'm also liking Tommy Vendetta versus Alex Weir.
Have you seen?
I've seen
That's-
some of the
yeah.
back and forth going on, and I think that's a good one. I really do. I think that it would be good for Alex too.
I like how a lot of these things work cross promotion, and they also have their own storylines too.
Yeah.
As far as members being members here but not here, it all makes sense.
Yes, I have been following the therapy sessions. I enjoy them, and yes, it's very different. Yes, he's doing his own thing too, but that was something I've just been caught on to, because these have just started happening. It was after the last Horror Slam show where he came out of the building and like he was woke, in a form, and then then there's they couldn't find him. that was a good one too. But yeah, it's just there's not a lot of guys doing it now, and so the more people that start cutting these promos, the more I'm going to put them up. You know what I mean? And run them during MIW. That was the point of doing MIW, was to putting a place for these promos to go, other than just social media. You know what I mean? Because I really think there's a platform for independent wrestling in the state of Michigan. There is, and it's just harnessing it and doing something with it. Not just a show. You know what I'm saying? Like what we're doing right now. There's some guys get together and girls talking about wrestling and independent wrestling, and I think that we can really do that if everybody comes together does it together instead of fighting everybody. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get there.
I think the area is getting there. I mean, look, our big promotions, you know, MM3 is recognized as the Midwest Heavyweight Champion. XICW is recognized even by other companies as the pinnacle. You know, Pro Wrestling All Stars have their working relationship with Horror Slam, and you know, I like the way most of the promoters, for the most part, work together in a sense that they acknowledge one another's storylines and
Right. Well, to an extent.
to an extent.
Yeah, to an extent, for sure. Now, I talked a little bit about Michigan Independent Weekly. I said MIW, right? MIW. That we filmed that. Well, actually, Josh won't be here because he's on a road trip. But me and Danny will be recording the next episode tomorrow here at the house, and that'll come out Tuesday at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. You'll be able to watch Michigan Independent Weekly. It premieres. And I don't know if you guys know this, when the premiere rolls, you guys can chat to each other in that premiere. After the premiere is over, you can watch anytime. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. With the premiere, though, you can't fast forward or anything like that. Why you want to fast forward, I don't know. That's just kind of rude if you ask me. Yes, sir. $20. You got 20?
So if you take away $20 from what you just asked me, yes, I do.
Okay. Well, all right. Sweet.
So if you were able to see literally any match, I'm talking any match from any company, any place, what would you want to see?
Any match?
Any match.
I pretty much.
He told you.
I told you. Frogun versus Shogun.
Really?
Yeah.
How about you?
I mean, if I can use anybody from any, I would love to see like MM3 and Trey Miguel on a large stage, or Alex Weir and Trey Miguel. I know that MM3 and Alex Weir has been done, but that's a dream match in any
Right.
promotion.
Yeah, for sure.
And then for mine, how about MM3 and Shinsuke Nakamura?
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that'd
That'd
be
be
a
a good
great
one.
match.
That would be a good one.
Stiff one.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure to join the Michigan Independent Weekly Facebook group on Facebook. I do my absolute best to repost all the content concerning Michigan Independent Wrestling as possible, like as most. So does Danny, so does Josh, and now we have Mr. Greg here as a new moderator, so that way when he goes live and he's at somewhere, he can go live in the group and he doesn't have to wait for approval. He can approve himself. How you like that? Nice stuff, right? Wednesdays and Fridays are upload days for Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. Those are the days that you can find interviews or matches. Usually the interviews are on Wednesday and matches are on Friday, depending on what has happened during the week, because there has been interviews to go up on Friday. Like the DBA interview went on Friday. I believe Rudy's interview went up on a Friday too. I don't know.
It definitely went on Friday.
Yeah. The thing is like I was getting it to where I had like a bunch of interviews done, right? And what was happening was like I don't want to release a bunch all at the same time. So I was, one a week. And what I ended up having was like, so we would be talking about something, and then the interview that would happen before we would talk about this event. The event would happen, and then the interview would come out afterwards. So it was just like it wasn't lining up right. You know what I mean? So I decided to stop doing that and just kind of like do an interview one at a time here and there, and then people cancel on me, and it makes the whole world go kapooey for a while, and I got to fix things up and do things, rework it.
Or play a match.
Yeah, or play a match. That's, and that's why and that's another reason why I don't just release a bunch of matches. One, because I don't want to tick the promoters off, because, it is their content. You know what I'm saying? And I know I am, promoting them in a way, but at the same time, for these guys that are like, for instance, Horror Slam's going to be selling DVDs.
I was going to say, did you know Smart Mark Video is going to sell that Death Proof will be available soon.
Yeah, and that's, so for me to go out there and film their whole show and then put it up on YouTube, who's going to pay for their DVD if I put their whole show up on YouTube?
I think I'm going to buy that DVD. No,
right.
It's there.
Right, yeah. But you get what I'm saying? So, and I'm not gonna put up everybody's stuff and the whole show or anything like that. And that's, like for instance, like I just put up Shogun versus Elgin. That was from episode 2. We're going on to episode 4. So sometimes I wait to put them out because that way they put their stuff out and they've already established a revenue stream from that, and I'm just doing my own thing and I'm not trying to take away from them. Just my own personal thing. I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
I've watched different recordings of the same matches from at a lot of indie events, matches I like a lot.
Yeah.
Big difference from the opposite side of the ring sometimes.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I know. That's what I would like. That's why now we sit. Well, not the only reason why, but at XI we sit on the other side now. The light's a little bit better over there. I've noticed, and it's different because
the entrance is right there. That's why I like that side.
Yeah, and the entrance is right there, so you have a little more interaction. And when you sit at those big tables, you don't get that as much. You do, but you don't. You know what I mean? If you're not anything, if they some of them come around and do that, but not everyone. You know what I mean? And I'd rather be.
I like when they're brawling there too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and they brawl a lot right out in front of those tables, not the big ones, the little ones. So definitely a good time.
Me and Brett got crushed by Mongo last month.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah, Mongo's the man. I interviewed him too.
I had my Mongo hat on.
Yeah, I have to get another interview with him here soon. All right, guys. Well, that is another episode of Rasslin Rage. I'm not sure who's going to be on next week. We got a holiday weekend, so we'll see how that goes and see what happens and see who comes on for guest host. I bet Master Weir's itching at the bit because I know the two snuck in, and got another one in on them, so they're tied for 9 now, and I think he's at 11. So them guys are gonna fight.
He's gonna need to in a little space.
Well, and then he showed up that one time when Danny was here. Master Weir just came in and sat down.
Yeah, Brad. We left the 100th episode, and he's like, "Man, did you see Master Weir? He did a backflip." Bradley asked him, he's like, "Can you do a backflip?" And he told him, "How many you want me to do?" And he busted a backflip. Bradley was so impressed.
Yeah.
Master Weir, he's the man.
There you go. XI next week. Oh, yeah, that is it next week?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because the 30th.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So no show
mind.
next week. Never mind. Yep, looking at the calendar now. Yep.
Oh, yeah, the 1st.
Wow. Huh, that's crazy. Man, I'm not going to be able to do 2 shows in a weekend. Dang it. All right. Well, thank you, because that's the PPW. That's One Night Only's birthday bash.
In Ferndale?
Yeah, it's the night before.
You're going to that?
I was thinking about it.
I'm thinking about it, too. I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, but that's 2 nights of wrestling, and then I work 5 days a week. Man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That's where I am with it.
right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it too.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for another episode of Rasslin Rage. I'm your host, Cody. I want to say thank you so much for Greg and his son for joining me.
Having me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We'll do it again. And, I was thinking we got to do another episode. Even though it's not a special, we got to do another, together episode where a bunch of people come together and we do an episode together. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Fun. And just come up with some topics to talk about, everybody do a brainstorm of things that we could talk about it, whether it be independent wrestling, WWE, AEW, whatever,
or Master Weir doing backflips.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate that, my man. I do. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we're out of here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and head on over to all the pages and all that good stuff on Twitter and, holler at your boy. We're out. Peace.
Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is